Top 10 worst crimes to ever happen inside a McDonald's. Number 10. The attack of a tire iron gang. In November 2007, a McDonald's in Memphis, Tennessee became the site of a turf war. On the side of the battle were the restaurant's employees, and the other side were the tire iron gang. One of the gang members assaulted and struck the manager with the tire iron. He was also scratched and kicked by one of the attackers. The hit that sent the manager to the hospital was one of the gang members hit him in the head with the "Caution Wet Floor" sign. The last act of violence saw the three gang members smash the drive-thru window to pieces. The three angry gang members were eventually called by Memphis police. All three were charged with assault. Number 9. The murder of Muhammad Robinson. A simple argument at a McDonald's in North Las Vegas led to the death of a 31-year-old father. In summer 2016, a woman accused 31-year-old Muhammad Robinson of not acting like a gentleman. Robinson apparently failed to hold the door open for the woman, which caused the door to hit the woman in the face. According to an eyewitness at the scene, Robinson and the woman got into a heated argument. The woman told her male companion about Robinson's stupidly rude act. The companion pulled out a gun and shot Robinson to death. Police caught up with him several days later and charged him with murder. Number 8. Pregnant woman attack. In October 2017 in Houston, Texas, the fight started when a customer began calling an employee names. The two women traded fists until a male employee separated them. According to the employee, he felt that the customer started the scuffle. However, the customer pressed charges, and later the employee was eventually charged with assault. Number 7. Gang beatdown in Brooklyn. In March of 2015, a cell phone video caught a gang of hooligans in Brooklyn, New York, severely beat down a young woman. In the video, which was uploaded to YouTube, the fight started when two teenage girls began trading insults. Friends of one of the 6-year-olds then punched and kicked the other girl until she wounded to the ground. The violence did not end there. The teenager then dropped to the floor. The young assailants kicked and stopped the young girl in the head. The most disgusting part about it is that no one came to the rescue of the teenager. More than 2 years later, they was sentenced to 4 years in prison, leading to the gang assault. Number 6. Shooting in Dorchester. In April 2017, a road rage incident in Boston area led to the police issuing the murder charges of a 29-year-old. Boston police officials reported that he pulled the gun down and fatally shot 21-year-old Joey De Barros to death in the parking lot of a McDonald's located in Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. The incident first began on Granite Avenue, where the two men engaged in a verbal altercation following the traffic dispute. During the argument, he pulled out a gun and from inside his car shot De Barros and was later caught and charged with murder. Number 5. The murder of Anna Stiversky. Anna was born in Russia. Before the age of 2, Anna had lived in Russia, Kazakhstan, and California. By 2001, when she was 13, Anna's mother had moved the family to a small city in Vancouver, Washington. By all accounts, Anna was determined a young woman, besides going to school at a Fort Vancouver high school. Anna worked 3 jobs, including one at McDonald's restaurant located in Anderson Road in Vancouver. Anna's young life ended because of one man, 28-year-old David Barton. He was already prior convicted of 4 sex crimes, plus he was diagnosed as a schizophrenic. On April 20, 2006, Sullivan left his Vancouver home intending of hurting a female. At around 8 p.m., Sullivan entered the McDonald's on Anderson Road. He was armed with a 6-inch kitchen knife. Sullivan saw Anna cleaning tables in the dining area, and without warning, he attacked her and stabbed Anna to death. The murder of Anna became an international story because thousands of strangers used to use the social media platforms of MySpace and YouTube to mourn her in honor of her memory. Number 4. Triple homicide in Nova Scotia. A McDonald's restaurant in the community of the Sydney River became infamous in 1992. The crime is still remembered as one of the worst and most shocking homicides in all Canadian history. The incident began with 3 employees, 18-year-old Derek Wood, 18-year-old Darren Musey, and 23-year-old Freeman Daniel. hatched a plan to rob the restaurant. The three young men fully expected to steal more than $200,000 from the restaurant's lock safe. The thieves ultimately pocketed only a little over $2,000. 4 employees were still inside during the robbery. These 4 workers, 20-year-old John McNeil, 27-year-old Jimmy Fagan, 22-year-old Donna Warren, and 29-year-old Neil Burrows, were shot and severely beaten. All but Jordan McNeil died at the scene. However, she was left paralyzed after the event and died in 2018 at age 46. Freeman Daniel was given 25-year-old with the possibility of parole. Milsey received 20 years with the possibility of parole, and Wood was given a life sentence. In 2011, Mills was granted parole from prison due to good behavior. Number 3. Cult murder in China. On this day, on May 28, 2014, 6 members of the Shang family entered the McDonald's restaurant and asked for the cell phone numbers of every customer eating there. Wu Suyan, a saleswoman in her mid-30s, refused to give the cultists her phone and her cell phone number. When this happened, gang leader Shang Lidong told his followers to kill Wu, which they did. The murder weapons included a chair and a mop that the cult had recently purchased. Videos posted to the Chinese social media showed that the cult members beating Wu even after the metal mop handle had broken. Shang Lidong and Shang Feng were executed in February 2015. The other 4 members of the cult were given sentences that ranged from 7 years to all the way life imprisonment. Number 2. Mass shooting in Munich. One of the worst mass shootings in German history began at a Munich McDonald's located near the Olympia shopping mall. The shooter, 18-year-old David, opened fire at the restaurant with a Glock 17 pistol near 6 p.m. on June 22, 2016. Then he moved inside the mall and continued his rampage. Over a period of a few minutes, David shot 9 people to death before killing himself. Number 1. The San Isidro Massacre. Without question, the worst crime ever committed inside a McDonald's restaurant took place in San Isidro, California. At approximately 4 p.m. on July 18, 1984, 41-year-old James Oliver stormed into a McDonald's wearing a black t-shirt and a military-style pants. His only words were "freeze" before he opened fire on the restaurant's patrons. 5 of the dead were younger than 11-year-old, with one victim being a 4-month-old infant. The 77 massacre was captured live by television cameras and stormed into homes of millions of horrified Americans, thus making it one of the mass shooting spectacles. James Oliver had studied mortuary science as a young man, had a history of domestic violence, and was known to be paranoid about suspected government plans to bankrupt the United States. Prior to carrying out the murders, James had moved his family to Tijuana, Mexico, when they rented an apartment just a few blocks away from the targeted McDonald's. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure to watch my other videos, and if you guys like this type of videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you.